For many Iraqis, their vote is the most powerful weapon. Those who chose to come are voting for change. Yasser Walid says an election is the only way to get rid of corruption.
We're
trying to find someone qualified for Iraq. Our vote is for new faces, not the people who have been recycled in new lists.
Corruption, a tanking economy and security remain pressing concerns. Cars were banned in many areas of Baghdad and people trickled in through the day to cast their ballots. The biggest concern for politicians was to convince those still at home to come out and vote.
I call upon all Iraqis to participate in these elections. It's a good chance for them to decide their future.
Although there isn't the same focus on sectarian allegiances as previous years, most political parties are still divided on ethnic and religious lines. It's a landmark election for Iraq, the first after the defeat of ISIL, the first time electronic voting machines are being used, and nearly a third of the candidates are women. But there are also reports of irregularities across many polling stations in Iraq. Observers say the use of technology is a step in the right direction to prevent rigging. But many of the electronic voting machines failed to function. The Election Commission redirected voters to other booths in the same polling stations. Many of the complaints came from Kurdish territory, where Iraqi forces have expanded control. In West Mosul, a number of polling stations remained closed. And in the eastern part, turnout remained low.
I wouldn't say it is completely faultless. In any election, there could be very minor disruptions. The results have not been as I have hoped, but this is again expected. Normally people don't come out in the early hours of the day. We need an effective government for the reconstruction, for the fight of the corruption, as you mentioned, that everybody is calling for. And this cannot be done without a strong representative parliament of all the Iraqi people.
This appears to be Iraq's most peaceful election since the US invasion in 2003. It's unlikely that a single coalition party will get enough votes to form a government, but its legitimacy will depend on how many Iraqis turned up to vote. Osama bin Javed, Al Jazeera, Baghdad.